What's up guys, welcome back to another video here at Chief Academy, and today we'll be going through Venn diagrams. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I promise you, it is this easy. Our learning outcomes for today is to understand what Venn diagrams are, how to draw them, and what the notation stands for. It's also to solve Venn diagram exam questions. So, what are Venn diagrams? A Venn diagram is a way of grouping different items. These groups are known as sets. There can be two or more circles which can intersect each other, and each section has its own notation. In this lesson, we are focused on solving Venn diagram exam questions and understand what the notation means. So, Venn diagrams are used to show if data can overlap with one another. In a real-life context, some people may play football, some may play rugby, and some may play both. The people who would play both would be in the middle, which would be written as a notation of P and B. So these 19 people would be the P and B, as they play both rugby, which I'll put as this one, and football, which I'll put as this one. Some people may not play either football or rugby, and these would be outside the circle. So this would be the number 8 here. If we wanted to work out who played football or rugby, we'd add the numbers in the circles and put them all together. And this would be shown as P or B. As the U here stands for union, meaning all of football and all of rugby all together. But if a notation has an apostrophe, it means not in that value. So PA, let me just get rid of all the highlighting. If we did PA, that would mean 11 plus 8 in this scenario, because everything in PA is everything here excluding what's in A. So we would not add 12 and 19, but we would look at 11 and we'd look at 8. Once again, it's that time to have a go at some matching exam questions. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when we're done. So, given that PA equals 0.9, find P not in A. So, probability must sum to 1, as you can only have 100%. As we talked about decimals before, 0.9 here would mean 90%. So 1 means 100%, and obviously we can't go above that. So if we do 1 minus 0.9, we'd get P not in A, because 0.9 is in A. So P not in A is simply 0.1. Question 2, when we're asked to shade the region that represents A and B, it's what we said before, and it's this in the middle. So you're simply shading that. And then question 3, which says shade the region that represents A union B. This is just A or B. So you just shade everything which is in the circles. And if you ask this on an exam question, this is what you do. You're just shading that bit. With Venn diagrams, you'll have to fill in the diagram with the data that is given to you. Some of the data may overlap, so you must be able to understand how much goes there. Furthermore, Venn diagrams are likely to come up on one of your papers, most likely the non-calculator, because you won't really need a calculator unless you have a lot of numbers you need to simplify it all down. And these questions are usually 3 or 4 marks, so they're easy marks to pick up at the beginning of your exam. Because last year, I know there was a Venn diagram at the beginning of the paper, and it was worth like 4 to 5 marks, and it was like question 3. So the marks you can't really afford to drop, because some people don't know them, but if you know them, they're just easy marks, you can pick them up, and then it's confidence boost for the rest of your paper. Here are some more exam questions for you to have a go at. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you've done. So, with our first question, 40 students were surveyed. 20 had visited France, 15 had visited Spain, and 10 had visited both France and Spain. Use this information to complete the Venn diagram. So first, let's look what we know must be certain. We know that 10 have visited both France and Spain. So let's fill in our intersection to begin with, which is 10. Now, as 20 people have visited France, and we already know 10 of them, that means the people who have only gone to France must be 10. And as 15 have visited Spain, and we've already got 10 as it overlaps with France, we know the people who only have been to Spain is 5. Now, we know 40 people were surveyed, and we've got 10, 10, and 5, which sums to 25, meaning we're missing 15. So 15 people had not been to either of them, and that's a completed Venn diagram. In our second question, out of 50 people surveyed, 30 had a brother, 25 have a sister, and 6 people have neither a brother or a sister. Use this information to complete the Venn diagram. So let's use the information we know must be true. 6 have neither a brother or a sister, so this will lie outside. Now we need to work out all the numbers what go inside the Venn diagrams. So we have 50 people minus 6, which gets us to 44. So we know 44 people will have to be inside our circles. So here, if we do 30 plus 25, we know that's all the numbers. If they overlapped and we counted them each separately, this is what they're going to overlap to. So we do 55 minus 44, which is the real amount inside, we'll get 11. Because this gets rid of the overlapping in the middle. Because the overlapping in the middle is now 11. So, as we know that's 11, we can now work out the brothers on their own and sisters on their own. So, brothers would be 19 and sisters would be 14. Now, here are some of the hardest exam questions you'll probably be asked on Venn diagrams at a grade 5 level. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you've done. So, here is the Venn diagram. Part A, we have to list all the members of A and B. So it's simply this intersection here. So it would be the list of 1, 3, and 8. Some people may get confused with the 1 and the 8 because it's also in C, but it's also in A and B if it's in A, B, and C. Now, a number is chosen at random from the set. If you ever see this word Greek symbol here, it simply means a set, because it's usually written down here in the corner. Part B, we're asked to find the probability of B union C, so B or C. Now, a common mistake what many people do is they add the numbers up like it's integers. So they do 11 plus 20 plus 7 plus 5 plus 13, so on, so on. And they'll end up getting a total number and then minusing what's in A away from the rest. See, this is wrong because that's assuming that all these sum to a big set and then you can divide it down like that. What they actually want you to do is see these numbers as just items. So 11 is just an item, 20 is an item, and so on. So all the items which are in B or C is 10 items. And the items which are only in A and not in B or C is just 2. And 10 plus 2 equals 12. Therefore, 10 numbers out of the 12 are in B or C. So we do 10 divided by 12, then simplify that down to get 5 over 6. You can write 10 over 12. It's the same as 5 over 6, so you'll still get the max. Here is another hard question for you to have a go at. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you've done. So, the set equals odd numbers less than 30. A is 1, 5, 7, 23, 29. B is 7, 11, 15, 29. and C is 7, 15, 17, 19, 25 and 27. Part A, we're asked to complete the Venn diagram to represent this information. So if we look at A, B and C, 7 appears in all three. If we look at A and B, 29 appears in both, and B and C, 15 appears in both. Now, if we look at A and C, nothing appears in that. So everything purely in A will be A, and everything left in C will purely be C. And that means, with our B, that 11 must be in there. So in A, we've got 1, 5, and 23 left, and in C, we have 17, 19, 27, and 25 left. However, this is what the mistake most people do, is they think this is it now, but they haven't read what the set is, which is odd numbers less than 30. And we're missing 4 numbers, which will be outside the set. We're missing 3, 9, 13, and 21. And that's a completed Venn diagram. Now, a number is chosen at random from the set. Find the probability that the number is a member of A and B. So our two numbers are 29 and 7. And out of the whole set, because it's from the set, we've got 15 individual numbers. So the probability that the number is a member of A and B will be 2 divided by 15. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of today's lesson. I did say it was that easy. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.